Well, greetings all and welcome. Brian here. I'm coming at you from Naknek, Alaska, here on the Naknek River aboard the Raven. This is the salmon tender boat that I've been working on for the last 44 days. I've been on this boat for 44 days now. It is now July 20th, 2026. Wrote a few things down here so I can remember. In this video, I just wanted to show a little bit more kind of like real life scenarios of us working. In the last video, I kind of did an overdub showing, the process and explaining step by step how it works when the fishing boats come in and we unload their fish into our tanks and then deliver. And in that video, I did a kind of voiceover because it's very loud. One of the things on this boat that gets glossed over with my videos, that's why I do a lot of music as the boats go by and overdubbing my voice on top of the video, because when we are taking fish in, we turn on the hydraulics and it's extremely loud. It's like this loud hum that just goes through, resonates through the whole boat, resonates through your whole body. And then when the hydraulics aren't running, we have a big diesel generator that runs 24/7. I've been listening to this generator for 44 days now, all the time. It never shuts off. That's what powers the boat. As far as the living quarters, we have an electric stove, microwave, electric heaters. So it just needs to be on all the time. All the equipment that the captain uses to process the fish tickets, computers, GPS, all that. We have Starlink. That's how I'm uploading these videos. So I thought I'd mention that. That's oftentimes why in these videos I'm up here at the bow to get as far away from that generator as I can. It's hard to kind of film in the cabin because it's just, you hear that loud generator noise in the galley, at the table when we're eating, in our bunks when we're trying to sleep. I do kind of get used to it, but a lot of you that know me, when I'm out camping in my van and out on public land, I hate the sound of generators. I try to get away from campers that use generators because I just like my peace and quiet. And this scenario here has the potential to be nice and peaceful. You'd think, you're just kind of floating, anchored in river, listening to the water go by. But no, that's the sound of our generator, every boat around us generator running. I just thought I'd mention that. So the way the season works is it officially opens on July 1st. So I've been on this boat for 44 days. I got on the boat June 8th, June 9th. We took our 3.5 day trip from where the boat was stored in King Cove up to the Naknek River. There's kind of some pre-openers before July 1st is when it officially opens. Some small openings where they'll open up fishing for 4 or 5 hours a day, close down for a couple days and then open up. So commercial fishermen cannot just go out and fish whenever they want. They need to wait for these announcements. There's a website and they're announced over the radios here where they can legally go out and fish. And there are state troopers and Fish and Wildlife that are out monitoring, mostly the state troopers that are making sure fishermen aren't fishing when fishing is officially closed between those openings, stuff like that, making sure they're all legal with their nets, and it is highly regulated up here. So come July 1st it officially opens. It's very slow for usually the first week or two. It was abnormally slow this season, and then it usually peaks for about 5 days, sometimes a full week, and then it starts to taper off again. So there's a lot of kind of waiting in this, a lot of this kind of like hurry up and wait. You're here, everyone's ready to go, and you're just kind of waiting on the fish, and the fish come when they come, and it is typically around the 4th of July. It was a little late this season, and like I said, it can be around a 5 day kind of just rush when these fish are just coming upriver. The fishermen are just catching a ton of fish and bringing them into us, and it just kind of felt like it never happened this season. We had 2 real busy nights where we brought in over, I think we did 163,000 and then 130,000 in one buying session, and then a lot of like 40,000 in between. So now it's kind of all over. We peaked and it's tapering off. So the last week or so it's been pretty slow, and we'll spend probably another week. I'm hoping that we're out of here in another 5 days. They give us the notice. We just wait to hear from Trident and they start turning the tender boats loose, and then we'll have to make that 3.5 day trip back down to King Cove and park the boat, and then hopefully they can get me a plane ride out of there as soon as possible. And I can get back to my van. I feel like I've been here for a long time. We are out here full time on these boats, the fishermen too. They're on a much smaller boat. They've got usually 3-4 people on a boat. and they don't go home at the end of each fishing opening. They anchor up in river, try to get a little bit of rest like we do. We work hard on this boat when it's busy, but it's really the fishermen that are doing the hard work. They're going out in rough seas, working their butts off. Their conditions are way more uncomfortable than ours here, so shout out goes to the fishermen. They're the ones doing the real work. We're just here to help them get their fish off their boat and into the processing plant. And they could make their money off the fish. They get paid per pound, whereas we kind of get paid per season or per day. So they can have a really good season if they catch a lot of fish, and if it's a slow season, they don't make as much. So that's just kind of the way it works. All right, we're checking in here. It's about 11 p.m. I believe it is a Friday night going into Saturday. We've got a windy, rainy night tonight. Taking fish. We got a little break here from the boats. Try to get my camera set up. They just kind of showed up all of a sudden unexpectedly. We've been busy for the last hour and a half or so. So we'll see when the next boat comes in. It's good, yep. Go ahead, lock it down. Woo. How is it out there? Yeah. Getting kind of stormy out there, huh?
Best fishing ever tonight.
Oh, good. $5.28. Me hiding behind the crane here. $3.24. I'm gonna try to write it down without getting wet here. It is just pouring right now. $7.96. $7.96. Ed and I have a good rhythm here. I'm getting my bags out of the way by the time he comes over. That's how we want it. Oh, it is nasty. It's a light one, 224, 224. That's it. Okay, I got to string up their empty brailers here to get a weight. Weight on the empties. It's like 36. Captain, we have a little pass through here, through the door. Make sure I get my line back from them. Thank you. Okay, well, we had an absolutely brutal night last night. It was pouring rain the whole time, windy, stormy. It was very rough. We did, I think, 44 boats for a total of 163,000 pounds of fish. We went from about 10 p.m. till about 5 a.m. nonstop, just one boat after another. We were able to lay down for a couple hours before we come in and deliver. The rain has let up, but it's still pretty wet, misty, and windy. And they're getting us unloaded here. It's going to take a little bit of while because we had 3 tanks this time. Normally we would just do 1 or 2 tanks. We filled up both, so we had to go back to the one of the aft tanks. So yeah, it was quite a night and still continuing to be quite a morning. The adventure has officially begun. Well, we're getting there. They got the aft one empty. Getting the port side, and then this last one here. It is stuffed. They are stuffed full. And these fish do get sucked out and processed immediately. The processing plant is just right here on site. They don't waste any time. They want it fresh as possible. All right, they're just about done here. We get these nets off here. Fishermen will often give us some nets that they are not using to drop off at the dock. So they're going to pick those off with the crane and we will be done. That took almost 2 hours. That was our biggest offload so far. All right, we have left the dock from our delivery. It is still a rough one out here. And from what I understand, we're going to be anchoring at a slightly different spot, I believe due to the weather.
They're going to go there by the zone 5 and drop the hook.
Okay, we just dropped anchor. It is a stormy one out here. We're at a new spot. We normally are quite a ways in river from here. So we are right at the mouth of the river. It's quite a bit rougher. I'm actually not sure why we're here. They may be replacing another boat or filling in for another boat, but yeah, it's going to be a bouncy one out here. This is another one of our fleet here, the Zone 5. Whew. Yeah, I got to get out of this wind. Okay, so I just found out why we're anchored out here. This coming low tide is going to be a super low tide. It's like a -5, and it'd be too shallow where we normally anchor, so we're in a deeper spot here. And, quite a few other boats are doing the same thing. So yeah, this is where we sit to the next tide. Well, I was able to get a decent amount of sleep. Got about a good 5 hours in. It's up checking out the weather here. The wind has died down a little bit. It's still pretty breezy. But yeah, not wet anymore. The rain has let up. I was able to get some food in the oven. Let's go check it out. Gonna put some salmon in?
Yep.
Nice. We'll turn the oven back on. Get some roast potatoes and some sausage. Ed is gonna throw in some salmon. It is feast time. Okay, served up. It is feast time. Got a special delivery here. The Cape St. John, our partner boat, delivered some eggs for us. We ran out of eggs, and it's the last few days. We want to be able to have eggs for the fishermen that are sticking around. Thanks, guys. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Appreciate y'all checking out the video, and next video should be the voyage home and getting back to my van. I'm really excited about getting back on the road. I've got Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana on my radar. So I'm gonna be checking out all the back roads and national forests and cool campsites that I can find. Till then, hope you're all doing well. We'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.